Welcome to Rebel Wolf Healing. My name is Elizabeth, and tonight I'm going to do a reading for the sign of Aquarius. This could be in your sun, moon, rising, north node, or Venus. I want to do a winter solstice reading. Tonight marks the winter solstice. So this is the longest night of the year, but it's all about bringing in this major light. After darkness, light will begin. So it's a time of renewal. It's a time of rebirth. So again, it's the shortest day of the longest night and of the year. Marks the shortest day and the longest night of the year. It's a powerful turning point as the light begins to return. This is a time for rebirth, renewal, inner reflection, embracing the light and dark, and connecting with nature and setting your intentions. Heavy energy of setting your intentions, Aqua. If you've been in the dark night of the soul, this is really the time to say, you know what? All that darkness that I've been through has led me towards the light. Like, embrace that darkness, because through my darkness is where I found my light. Through the pain, through the struggle, through hardships is where I grew the most strongest. It's where I gained my experience, my strength, and my hope. So let's take a look at that energy. Just want to take a moment to thank you all so much for your likes, your comments, your subscriptions, your donations. I'm blown away by all the love and support that I have received, and man, I thank you so much. A lot of things, my children are here, would not be possible without those donations. So I truly appreciate you. I understand you support the channel, but when you're supporting the channel, you're really supporting my children. They're helping. So I truly appreciate you, and I'm sending you so much love and light. But let's get started with my Aqua. What's going on with Aqua? Spirit, what is the darkness that Aqua needs to release? What is the darkness? Let's talk. All right. The heavy. Bro, it's always heavy with you, Aqua. Guilt and sabotage. If you follow my channel, you know me. I have a PhD in sabotage, like a PhD. I'm very good at sabotaging good things. There was a point in my life that I was ruled by guilt. I wasn't there. I didn't do enough. I'm this, that. The guilt just weighed on me so heavily that I couldn't make right decisions. What you need to release right now is this guilt. You can't change the past, but you can change the present. You can change the present. You no longer need to sabotage a good thing out of fear, out of you've went through, I'm feeling you went through that dark night of the soul. You went through that healing process. It's time to stop sabotaging. Like, heavy energy of stop being cold and detached. Like, look at your emotions, feel your emotions. I know for me, the reason I sabotage is because I didn't take the time to feel what I was feeling. I was like, no, I'm just going to rage and I'm going to fuck everything up. A thing about me is I was a very quiet child. But let me tell you something. There was a part of me that was not quiet. And I would rage like once a month. I would rage. I'd break everything around me. I'd scream. I'd lose it. Once a month. That's like my MO. But that's sabotage. Instead of talking about the feelings and the issues at the moment, I would gather them all up. And finally, when someone said something, or I felt some way, or I was tired, I was hungry, bro, I was about to light everyone up. And I would light up people that I fucking actually loved. Like, I would hurt Usually the people who love me the most. That's when I would go into Hulk mode, as I say. I'm the sweetest person in the world, but there's this switch in me that I will sabotage everything around me. It's like a wrecking room, and you can't stop yourself. Like, it's just, you want to. It's like that song, "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor." Like, you are rage against the machine. You are done. And maybe the darkness for you to release is this guilt and this sabotage, where you finally can stop raging and just feel your emotions when they come. Don't like collect your pain and then explode. Slowly let it out. Like, if something has been done wrong to you, or you feel like, man, I made a really bad decision, don't hold it in. Express it. Oh, I fucked up. Instead of getting to a point where the guilt overwhelms you, that you just sabotage everything in sight because you don't know what else to do with it. You fucked up so much that you're like, I'm going to burn this to the ground. I'm feeling this heavy energy of, if a situation occurs, you need to speak, you need to talk, you need to feel, you need to stop detaching from it. Spirit, what is the light within my aqua? What's the light? What's the light? What's the light within my aqua? What's the light? Yeah. All right. Aqua. Right. Just staying fucking present, being in the attitude of gratitude, being happy for what you do have. And it's about staying like really, like right here, right now. Like today, right here, right now, I'm feeling good. I have gratitude. Abundance is coming at me in all different ways that I can't explain it. Your light is by you walking the middle path. It's that middle path is like, I know the past is fucked up. And if I focus too much on the future, I get fucked up. I'm just going to stay right here, right now. Right here, right now. I'm happy. I'm in I am grateful for the experience right now. Stop looking back and stop looking forward. Your light is by being in the moment. There is this heavy energy of like, your light is being present in the moment. You're getting a gift. Let's say you're spending time with someone. Don't look at the past, don't look at the future. Enjoy the time that you have with that person right now, because that's where the abundance is. Like, oh, this moment right here, right now is beautiful. Yes, I could have fucked up and I could have sabotaged. But at this moment, there's no guilt, there's no sabotage. There's just being very grateful, like this heavy energy of being grateful in the moment. Stop looking back. Spirit, what is the returning light? What's the new light for my aqua? What's returning? What's the returning light? What is being... Thank you, Spirit. Oh, your sun, your strength, your empowerment. This is that Leo energy. And then we had the fire came out, right? So this is, your passion is being ignited within your soul and your spirit. Aries, Leo, Sag. You're on the path of empowerment and strength. That's what's returning, where you're no longer allowing guilt and sabotage to rule you. You're standing in your strength. It's almost like this energy that your past doesn't hold. I have a rough past, and I will never lie to anybody about it. Struggled with addiction, codependencies, bad relationships, healed inner child. Like, the list goes on and on. But what's returning for you is now you can finally say, you know what? Through all that pain, through all that fucking struggle, I feel empowered. I feel It's like you're using your pain as fuel. Your pain is your catalyst. Your pain is your fuel. Your pain is your path to transformation and rebirth. Spirit, what was the lesson in this cycle for my aqua? What was the lesson? Yeah, suffering, lack, past, healing, your inner child. Point blank simple. The lesson was to learn from the past, learn from the lack, learn from the suffering. Go through that process of healing your inner child, loving yourself. Heavy energy of like it's almost like you sabotaged and you had this guilt because you never thought you were good enough. You were always good enough. But because you were so looking at the past, like if I look at Elizabeth past tense, bro, I'm gonna live in guilt. I'm gonna live in sabotage because Elizabeth past tense, she drowned herself with drugs, alcohol, sex, people who didn't love her. She didn't practice self care. She didn't practice self love. She was never present. She always looked behind her. She never looked too far ahead of her. She was never present. So the lesson for you was to overcome the past, overcome the lack, overcome the suffering, go on that healing journey. And the healing journey, let me tell you right now, the healing journey is dark as fuck. It's not until you get to the tail end of the healing journey that you see the light. The dark night of the soul. That's why it's called that. It's so fucking dark. But through that darkness, it could be like months of darkness. And then one day you wake up and it's like, oh shit, it's bright as fuck outside. I feel different. Like I feel this light within me. It's because you had to heal your inner child. You had to purge. You had to feel all these feelings. You had to face it. You had to be very present with the healing process. And when I talk about present in the healing process, is some days through my healing process, through that dark night of the soul, I have to, all right, Elizabeth, I know we're reliving the past and we're trying to heal the inner child of the past, but I got to focus on how do I feel right here and right now? Am I safe? Am I content? Am I loving myself? Am I nurturing myself? Do I feel empowered? Or am I just staying in this cycle of guilt and cycle of sabotage? It's about stopping yourself and saying, you know what? No, I don't want to sabotage anymore. I don't want to walk around with guilt. I was who I was, but it's not who I am today. It's not who you are today. It's almost like you were an extremely hurt person and you continued. I don't feel like, yeah, you might have caused collateral damage, but I'm really feeling this heavy energy through all this pain. The only person you hurt the most was yourself. And this is about you learning how to say, you know what? I'm tired. I'm so fucking tired of hurting myself. Because when I'm hurt, I hurt other people. This is about you saying, you know what? I'm not going to hurt myself anymore. I'm not going to be in this guilt. I'm not going to explode. I'm going to express how I feel and process each emotion I'm feeling one by one. I'm going to I'm going to overcome lack and suffering. And I'm going to step into a more of a healed state. The beautiful thing about a healed person is they will never harm anybody because they know what that pain is like. They're healing. They went through it. They don't want to cause pain because all they want in their life is this compassion, love, and empathy. And that's where you're radiating right now. But you did have to process that pain first. Spirit, what is the path ahead for my beautiful Aqua? What is the path ahead? Thank you so much, Spirit. Release and surrender and purge. You need to let some shit go. You need to let some things out. And I'm really feeling like this release, surrender, and purge. There is nothing wrong with you. Now, I don't say that my rage moments and when I fucking lost it, But I had a conversation with someone who's very important to me, and they're like, we understand why you rage out. And they said to me, I actually like it when you rage out because you're finally speaking about your pain. And they're like, I understand you more when I see you in that very vulnerable moment of losing your cool. And I mean, losing my cool, where you're like, what is wrong with her? Because I lose it. I rage. I'm the Hulk. I can be Hulk like. But they said to me that that's your raw, that's your essence, and you're letting it out. And it's true. You need to let out this pain, this suffering, so you can step into your empowerment. You need to release this guilt. You might not have what you want right now, and you could have fucked up. That's all. I fucked up. I'm the first. I have the hard part about the dark night of the soul is awareness. That's why it's so hard, because you're like, bro, I'm finally aware of the role that I played in my own fucking life. If anybody asks me, who is your worst enemy? Yes, I dealt with narcissists, and yes, I dealt with abuse, and yes, I dealt with such bad energy. But at the end of the day, when I really looked at it, it was my energy that was the most fucked up energy to myself. I was fucked up to myself. I'll be the first to admit it. So this is about the path ahead, is you saying, you know what? I'm releasing what no longer serves me. I'm surrendering to divine source. I'm going to purge what I can. I'm going to purge the past. I'm going to purge the lack. I'm going to purge the suffering. And I'm going to be in this present moment so I can step into my empowerment, so I can stop living in guilt, and I can stop sabotaging. Spirit, please clarify this guilt and sabotage. You're human. You're human. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be aware. Yeah. How do you overcome that guilt and that sabotage? And I fucking love this. You went through the hermit mode. You went through that path of self-awareness. You're solo, you're dolo, you're by yourself. This is like major solitude where you're finding self, you're finding God, you're on the path of enlightenment. And in finding self and in finding God, guess what? The wheel of fortune, favor, luck, destiny. It's like you're walking in alignment by just you choosing yourself. Like, I have to choose what makes me happy. I am so tired of operating for others and having this guilt and feeling like this. I feel like you sabotage because you gave so much, but you failed to give yourself, that you finally had to say, no, I'm done with everybody. I'm done with everybody. And I'm going to focus on me, because focusing on me will change my life in ways that will affect others that might have felt my negativity now be positive, because it's like, oh shit, the more you feed into yourself, the more you can feed others. A heavy energy of, by you loving and nurturing yourself, you become a better nurturer and a better lover to others. But you had to learn, like, bro, I need to put me first. Like, heavy energy, I need to put me first. Spirit, please clarify this wheel. What is this fate? What is this luck? What is this fortune? Yeah, man. Where you can slowly, Page of Pentacles, it's slow. Where you can finally build wealth, security, and stability. And I think the wheel that is turning for you is, I'm feeling your root chakra. That's where your inner child is. Your root, your base, your security, your safety, your basic needs. You're learning how to build that. You're rebuilding your chakra system, and you're starting at your root. Spirit, please clarify this wheel. You're starting at your root. You're healing your root chakra. Yeah. Because you're no longer believing the secrets, the lies, and the deception. You're not believing the lies you told to yourself. You're not believing the lies that others told you. You're not letting anybody deceive you, because your intuition, when you're in this hermit mode, Let me forewarn you, your intuition is strong because it's you and God, that you can finally hear the voice of God, where you're not listening to the voice of others. Yeah. You can speak lies about me all you want. You can try to manipulate me. But when I'm in tuned with self, guess what? I'm in tuned with spirit. You're operating differently. You're not operating from your wounds because your root chakra is being rebuilt. You're rebuilding your root chakra, your stability, your security, your basic needs. You know how to fulfill your basic needs. Because you know how to take care of your basic needs, you don't have guilt. And you're not going to sabotage. Aqua, that's heavy. Now, the light that is within you is this present, this abundance, this gratitude. Spirit, please clarify this present, this gratitude. Yeah, because you're not this anymore. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. You're no longer in poverty. You're no longer in lack. You're no longer in loss. You have that key to the door and you're opening it. I'm also feeling with this Five of Pentacles in reverse, you are getting like this supernatural help. Help where you never expected it. That help is coming for you to help you overcome feeling not worthy enough. You feel worthy now. And those beautiful moments. And I'm feeling like this is going to be financial. The light within, as you stay present and you stay in gratitude, your financial stability is going to change. There's going to be major abundance that are coming from sources you've never expected before. Never. Spirit, please clarify this presence and gratitude. Yeah, because you're going through a major rebirth and transformation. Aqua, this is your dark night of the soul, man. You're shedding what no longer serves you and you're walking into a new life. And this new life is no longer being in sabotage. This new life is no longer guilt. This new life is focused on building your root chakra, ensuring that you have security, knowing how to defeat people who are full of lies and deception, and the wheels of fortune are changing for you because you're focusing on self. Heavy Virgo, heavy Scorpio energy. Heavy Virgo and Scorpio. You're finding yourself, you're tapping into your emotions, and you're releasing. You're releasing. Because the returning light, the new light for you is this sun, is this strength, is this empowerment. Now I'm feeling a Leo. So in your birth chart, you could have Virgo, you could have Scorpio, and you can have Leo pretty heavy. And maybe these are the key aspects of your birth chart you need to focus on. How do I step more into my Virgo energy? How do I step into my Scorpio energy? How do I step into my Leo energy so I can go on that path of enlightenment and empowerment? Spirit, please clarify this sun, this strength, this empowerment. Please clarify. Thank you. You're not holding back anymore. You're speaking up. You're speaking up. There is something here about you speaking up about your truth. Maybe speaking up about the pain you went through. Maybe speaking up about the fact that you lived with guilt, the fact that you caused yourself major sabotage. Because by speaking up and not holding back the pain and the suffering, you grant yourself divine justice. Divine source is giving you justice. Because you're saying, you know what, God, I fucked up and I fucked up big. And I'm living with all this guilt. How do I change this? How do I transform it? And it's like the lessons are right here. Go within, rebuild your root chakra. I'm going to change that wheel of Dharma. I'm going to strengthen your intuition. I want you to be present. I want you to be in the attitude of gratitude. I want you to release this lack mentality, and I want you to burn what no longer serves you, even if that means it's parts of yourself that need to go. But you've got to stop holding back. Stop holding back your energy. Stop holding back your power. Stop holding back the pain. It's time to purge. Purge this. And as you purge this and you release this and you surrender this, Divine justice. God's got you. Because the lesson for you was this, look at that. The lesson for you was this past, this lack, this suffering, this Ten of Swords. Aqua, I know you've been through fucking hell and back. People, places, and things have stabbed you so deep that the sword went straight through your back. This is about you removing it, healing it, feeling it, experiencing it, so you no longer walk around with this. Well, I should sabotage because I live with all this guilt. Like, if I've been through all of this pain, there must be something wrong with me. I had all this pain, then I must not deserve greatness. This is about you saying, you know what, I've been through some shit, and my life wasn't fucking perfect, but I'm looking ahead, and I'm going to stay, my feet are going to barefoot touch the ground. I am going to be barefoot to the ground. I'm going to be present with this pain. I'm going to feel this pain. Because if you don't feel this pain, it's like you lock it up, and it's those explosive moments that will start taking place. Man, I'm telling you, if you don't feel your pain in the moment, you're going to have these explosive moments that rip everything around you apart. I sabotaged the most because I finally hit a moment and I raged against the machine. Divine Source wants you to feel this pain because he wants to relieve this pain for you. By you saying, you know what, God, the past hurt. I'm suffering so fucking much. I feel so much lack, so much guilt, but I keep on sabotaging. God just wants you to be present. Go on that path of enlightenment. Go through the darkness so you can walk towards the light. Point blank simple. Embrace this dark night of the soul so you can walk towards the light. Spirit, please clarify this healing, this inner child, because something's going to change. Yeah, man. The Three of Swords in reverse and the Star. Aqua, point blank simple. The Six of Cups, the Judgment. I'm done. I'm done. Aqua, heal through the pain and betrayal. Heal through it. Stitch your heart back inside so you can stay on that path of hope, healing, and enlightenment. You can be the star in your life, understanding that you are connected to Divine Source. If you have nobody, and I mean nobody, you have God, and that's all you need. Trust me. You don't need anybody in this world but God, because God will start sending people, places, and things that serve you. You need to heal the pain of the past. Point blank simple. You need to love and nurture your inner child and say, you know what, I got you. We've been through hell, and yeah, we have a shady past, but we don't have a shady present because we're doing the right thing right here, right now. Going through a major rebirth and transformation. You have death and rebirth and judgment. These are very similar cards about rebirth, about awakening of your soul, but also understand judgment is like anybody who's hurt or harmed you, judgment is coming for them. Like nothing. They're going to face their master. The shit that they put you through, they are going to pay the price. Just like you had to pay the price for the shit you put yourself through, they're paying a price. Spirit, clarify this judgment. Someone's paying the price for what they did to you. Yeah. We have the Nine of Wands. It's almost as if someone put so much on your shoulder, put you through so much pain that you had to defend yourself. You had to stand in your strength. You had to heal your wounded warrior because of them. They caused more pain than they should have. It's almost like this person like deliberately wanted to cause you more pain. They wanted you to feel defeated, but guess what? But God, Spirit, please clarify this Nine of Wands. You've been through so much. Aqua, I could feel it. I could feel it. Yeah, you carried so many burdens, so much weight on your shoulder. But you know what? God gives you the world. That's what God gives you, the world. It's about closing out all these chapters. and awakening to your new. You have all this strength. You have all this knowledge. You have all this wisdom. You have all this empowerment. You were extremely patient, extremely resilient. You had this fortitude about you. Like, that's what you've gained from healing yourself, overcoming the past, overcoming lack, overcoming suffering, going through that dark night of soul, healing your inner child. It wasn't easy. Never say it was easy. It was hard. But your rewards, you'll never need to look back ever again. You went through the fool's journey, the magician. You went through it all. You're not looking back anymore. Yes, you're aware of your past, but your past doesn't keep you trapped in guilt. Like, I'm aware of my past, but I'm not guilty of my past anymore. I'm not. The decisions I made at that point were because I was going through so fucking much. And I'm compassionate and loving with myself. No, I didn't like the person I was. Guaranteed. But I was also surrounded around people who didn't treat me that good either. So it's a change. It's about you saying, you know what? If I'm going to tame the beast within me, and I'm going to tame the beast outside of me. I don't need a rage. I can be cool, calm, and collected in order to get things done. Now, the path ahead, which makes perfect sense, is this release, this surrender. It's this purge. You need to let this shit go for once and for all. Spirit, please clarify this release. You need to let go of this pain. Yeah. You need to let go of this, baby boo. Bro, man, like, I'm done. Let go of the loss. Follow your intuition. Know thyself. This could be a Capricorn energy. Always heavy with you, Aqua. I'm tired of this Cap. But this is about letting go of someone who limited and bound you and kept you. They kept you in sadness and loss and grief and guilt and shame. They liked you in guilt and shame. Because when you're in guilt and shame, guess what? You're going to sabotage. You're going to be a fuck up. You're never going to step into your empowerment. You're never going to let go of the past. You're never going to heal your inner child. But God, because of your hermit mode, you stepped into your intuition. It's like enlightened. You feel God. You sense God. You feel your angels, your ancestors. You can't be played with anymore. Someone can no longer affect you through guilt. Because not only did you study yourself, you studied the art of a narcissist. You studied toxic people. And maybe you studied yourself because at one point I was toxic. You studied what toxicity is, what being limited and bound is, what happens when you focus on the loss and the sadness. You went within. You learned yourself. And because you learned yourself and tapped in with your energy, you can be around others and be like, oh, bro, I feel your darkness right away. Nah, I ain't gonna fuck with that. Because you know the path it took you to overcome your own darkness, that you're not gonna allow someone else's darkness to overtake you. You've been through enough. No, I don't want your darkness. Kick rocks. Kick rocks, Aqua. Let's get some advice from the heavenly bodies. Spirit, what advice do you have? Right away. Right away. Right away. And again, it's that trine energy. You have angelic support. This is about being in harmony and perfect flow. You've done the inner work. You went through the dark night of the soul. You are connected with self. You are connected with spirit. You are in perfect harmony with self. Now it's just removing anything outside of you that's not of perfect harmony. This is where you have your boundaries. Like, no, this is what I need A, B, and C to be okay within. And if it doesn't come in alignment, I'm not messing with it. You gave enough of yourself. It's time to give to yourself. That way you can give to others. Heavy energy there. I'm going to read this from the book. Your angels are so proud of the work you've done to get here. You've kept your heart soft through obstacles and let divine lessons shape you. Now you are more authentic expression of your heavenly soul, and you're entering a beautiful time of harmony. Instead of picking yourself apart and choosing pieces to express or repress, can you embrace yourself as a brilliant whole? The more you connect to yourself in your entirety, the more you sink with the divine current that carries you. As you surrender into this loving tide, life feels abundant, blessed, joyful, and perfectly aligned because it is Aqua. Aqua, I'm sending you so much love and light. And remember that you are loved and you have always been enough.